Hello Year 1, I hope you had a good weekend. Today in maths we are going to be comparing mass. So before we start our learning, can you write the short date 27/04/2020 and your LI to compare mass with non-standard units? Pause the video to complete this. Now before we start our learning, here is some work that's been sent in. Amaya finished all of her work from the YouTube channel and then she did some extension activities at home with her mum and dad. Well done, Amaya. Amaya didn't have a balancing scale at home, so she made one. She got a Pringles tube and balanced a whiteboard on top, and then she put her cubes and her scissors on to measure their weight. Well done, Amaya, this was very creative. And here is Alma's work. Alma has been looking at more than and less than. Well done. And Abbas has done some brilliant work on part-whole models and addition and subtraction. Well done to all of you. Now before we start our learning, here we have 3 images with balancing scales and we are going to compare them. So first, the football is heavier than the banana, or the banana is lighter than the football. Pause the video to compare the next 2 images. The answers are: the apple's weight is equal to the banana, or the banana's weight is equal to the apple, and the sweet is lighter than the bread, or the bread is heavier than the sweet. Here we have 2 more images. We have a cupcake which we can see weighs 2 cubes, and some grapes which weigh 5 cubes. We know that's how much they weigh because the scales are balanced. That means that they weigh the same on both sides. Pause the video to complete these sentences. The cupcake weighs something cubes. The grapes weigh something cubes. The cupcake is heavier or lighter than the grapes. The answers are: the cupcake weighs 2 cubes, the grapes weigh 5 cubes, and the cupcake is lighter than the grapes. We know that the cupcake is lighter than the grapes because it only weighs 2 cubes when the grapes weigh 5 cubes. Well done if you got all of those correct. Can you find 2 different objects and compare their weights? So I held an apple in one hand and my ring in the other hand, and I could tell that the ring is lighter than the apple and the apple is heavier than the ring. Pause the video to find some objects to compare. So you can hold them in your hands, and if you want to be very accurate, you could place them on some scales and see which one is heavier and which one is lighter. Remember to let us know what you compared. Can you order the objects from heaviest to lightest? We have a ball which weighs 3 pencils, a teddy bear which weighs 8 pencils, and a sock which weighs 4 pencils. Now we need to see which one is the heaviest. We can see that the teddy bear weighs 8 pencils, which is more than 4 and more than 3. So first it would be the teddy bear. Next we have the ball which weighs 3 pencils, or the sock which weighs 4 pencils. So 4 is more than 3, so next would be the sock. And then we just have the ball left. So now we have the balloon weighs 4 cubes, the book weighs 10 cubes, and the banana weighs 5 cubes. Pause the video to put these objects in order of their weight from the smallest, the lightest, to the heaviest. Remember, from the lightest to the heaviest. The answers are the balloon, because it weighs 4 cubes, and then the banana weighs 5 cubes, and the book is the heaviest because it weighs 10 cubes. Well done if you got it correct. Find 3 different objects in your house and put them in order of lightest to heaviest. You can check your answers by weighing them with the scales and let us know what you were weighing. So if you are in Mrs. Meta's Phonics or Miss Huth's Phonics or Miss Sadie's Phonics groups, here is an extra activity for you. So we've got a teapot weighs 25 cubes and a glass of orange juice weighs 18 cubes. Can you compare their weights with the more than, less than and equal signs? So this says the teacup is greater than the orange juice. So we know that the teacup is heavier than the orange juice. Now can you complete this activity for this red bucket and my blue bucket. And then we have a teddy bear which weighs 3 cubes and a car which weighs 3 cubes. So if you are in Mrs. Meta and Miss Huth's phonics or Miss Zadie's phonics, please can you complete this activity? Here we have an activity to help Timmy. Can you help Timmy see which of these statements are true? Look at the balance scales below. Which statement is true? It says the car is heavier than the van is heavier than the car is lighter than the van is lighter than the car and the van weigh the same amount. So can you help Timmy to see which of these are true? Oh no, Timmy's sentences have been moved away from the images. Can you match the clue to the images? So it says, my object weighs more than the car. My object is less than 5 cubes. My object is not the heaviest or the lightest. Remember, we are using the clues to match and matching them to the images. Remember to send your work to the Year 1 email so that we can see what you have been weighing at home.